So
Yep.
how do you vet the syndicators?
So that's when I started learning more about the fund model
Mhm.
and partnering up with other fund managers. So I'll give you an example. Let's say, Vinney, you have a deal,
Sure.
and let's say you have a deal. If me and a few of my friends can come in and we can bring in 5 million,
Yes.
you're gonna give us a very different economics than if we only brought $1 million, right? And
Yes.
so that's so that's how I started partnering up with other fund managers, so that way collectively we're able to raise more money.
I
And yeah, and then also too, like uh and in a way I am I'm blessed that I started this multifamily right right at the peak of the market. So I didn't have any deals that were in trouble because of the interest rate hike.
Mm.
I get to see a lot of people that got in trouble. So I was like, you know what? It's just way too much risk to
Mhm.
to invest with syndicators who are not proven, who
That's
don't have enough experience. So yeah, so my partners and I created a sort of a buy box. We look for best in class operators. Most of the operators that we partner with, they have at least $200 million asset under management. They've been in
good.
business for at least 5 years, or they've got a number of deals that have gone full cycle.
Yes.
Yeah, so by starting with the top operators that are proven,
Mhm.
it helps us tremendously in vetting those operators, right? Because we get to see, like, we know whether or not they have any foreclosures, we know whether or not they
Mm.
had any capital call, if they did have any, how they handle the investors,
Yes.
things like that. Yeah, so we created a whole like scorecard. So we score everything from number one, do they have any boots on the ground where the asset is?
Yes.
How much AUM, how many years they've been in business, how many deals they've gone full cycle, any foreclosures, any capital call. Do I know any of their LPs? I will
Mhm.
ask around too, because sometimes I know their LPs, and their LPs will tell me things that there's no
Yeah.
way I would have known otherwise. Uh,
Super.
yeah, and one of the good things about me doing interviews is, like, whenever I'm interviewing someone, and if their LPs happen to be in in my network, the
Yes.
LPs would reach out to me and said, "Hey Tim, that
Good.
person, blah blah blah. Like, I'm going
Yep.
through a
Yep.
deal with them. So I get to hear a lot of insiders information that that I wouldn't have access to.
Totally.
Yeah, so we factor in all of that. We also factor in their financing,
Mhm.
yeah, whether they're using floating rates or not, like, we factor in all of that to come up with a score. And then, and that's how we vet
Love that.
the
Love
sponsors.
that.